Okay, thank you for spending a few minutes watching this short clip. As you can see, we've moved on to the world of movies, and you get to see more than just a still mugshot of me. I hope this makes for a better presentation, and we will try to produce a video from time to time to break up the flow of emails and attachments. I'd like to talk to you about a few of the more important issues, including cadet entry pilot careers, flight time limitations, and retirement age. I'll also cover some of the background to the recently open vote on the new flight data monitoring program. But first, I'd like to talk to you generally about the relationship with management. There's no doubt that it is easy for the relationship to become one of confrontation. We're in a competitive business, and it is not always easy to sit down and come up with creative solutions that both sides benefit from. Sometimes it's a zero-sum game, and either management win or we win. Nevertheless, it's the GC's aim to improve your lives and careers by being as creative and constructive as we can be, working with management on your behalf. In doing this, we do think that we have delivered a lot for management. A few examples of this include a very high level of uptake for SLS. We've helped make reduced terms past 55 potentially acceptable. And through the JRC, we've facilitated variations to some patterns. We're happy to continue work on issues like this, to work with management to solve these problems creatively. However, this does require some trust from both sides, and it is difficult to know what to do when that trust seems to be absent, when there seems to be a lack of willingness to deal with us fairly. Second officer bypass pay is a good example. The contract is written to give opportunities for promotion to those in the company first. In this case, there is provision to go outside for DEFOs, but there is clear intent to compensate second officers when this happens, an intent that the Labour Tribunal recognised. Yet management wished to move this issue to the High Court. We don't think this is fair. As I mentioned, we're happy to work with the idea that there are reduced terms past 55, but we do not think it is fair to impose reduced terms before 55. We do not think it is fair to offer a choice in April during SLS and then unilaterally impose worse terms in October on pilots being onshore in Canada. We will continue to work with management to make sure we understand the reasons behind this unfairness. However, at some point we may need to come to you, the membership, to make the company understand that our relationship needs to be balanced and fair. Moving on then to cadet entry pilot careers. We've mentioned this issue in our updates, and this is something we raised in our recent meetings with the company. This is a very difficult issue for the management. Cadet entry pilots have been second-class citizens for a very long time, and it will be difficult to change a mindset that finds these differences acceptable. Nevertheless, these differences must be removed, and we have made this clear to the company. At some point, the apprenticeship for the cadet entry pilot is over, and he must receive equal pay and benefits. Moving on to flight time limitations. We've received some clarification from the Hong Kong CAD over the intentions for flight time limitations. These do seem to soften some of the proposed changes, and we will look at them more closely. In the meantime, we've begun the process of working with the company on a fatigue risk management system. The DFO has written to us saying that we will have an FRMS in place before an agreed AFTLS, which is encouraging. However, I should warn you that there is potential for disagreement over the level of cooperation required in the writing of a new AFTLS.
Do some flips, cartwheels.
Jack off for that.
You see, it's just, yeah, that's, now you're in obviously a lot of shadow because you're in front of all the light.
You walk back 2 steps?
Yeah. You see, you just can see looking now, there's a whole heaps of light from the right.
Yeah, on one side. Yeah, it's got to be, I think you're right, it's got to be higher.
Yeah.
Let me lift it up, you look through the
You better stop recording.